Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today for you guys, we're here with our Super Bowl predictions. Obviously, it's Rams-Bengals, and we're going to just talk about who we think's going to win and why we think they're going to win. I'm going to just talk about the QBs first, because that's one of the most important things of the game. It's Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow. If you look at the numbers, they're mostly even. Stafford has more interceptions. Stafford has more interceptions, but he also has more touchdowns. But both QBs have been phenomenal this year, and
yeah, their stats are really close. I mean, Stafford has a handful more than Burrow, but I think the reason that these guys are in the Super Bowl is because they've been so consistently good. And it's interesting because Burrow is this young guy and Stafford's this guy that's been in the league for a very long time. So I think it's going to be super competitive for those two reasons alone, just because of their differences in age and experience.
I think that this is going to be the best Super Bowl in a while.
Yeah.
There's been some bad ones. That last year, the Chiefs game was kind of bad because I remember Bucks kind of blew them out, and then that Rams game.
The Rams and Patriots, what a snooze fest that was.
A couple years ago.
That's a good point, though. Rams are in this again, only after a few years. I think they're going to really be chomping away at a victory here.
They were very desperate in the season because they made a lot of moves, picking up Beckham, picking up Waddle out of retirement, and getting Von Miller just to try to make this team stacked. But either way, I'm going to talk about the defense as well, because if you look at it overall, there's more well-known players on the Rams defense.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Von Miller, Aaron Donald, and Jalen Ramsey specifically. Bengals secondary hasn't really been very great, but their defensive line has been really good, especially Trey Hendrickson, who I'm clicking on right now. But I think it comes down to defense a bit, even though I think this game will be one of the closest Super Bowls.
Yeah, the defense is huge, plus I think the quarterback, I think whoever throws more picks and whoever defense plays better is going to be, that's how it's going to play out.
I don't think the run game will be a big factor in this game. As you can see, Cam Akers, the lead running back in the playoffs, 151 yards in 3 games. Joe Mixon, 190 in 3 games. They've both been held to just 3.7 average yards and 2.8. So I don't think the run game, so that's a good thing for the Bengals because Mixon's not going to get going because the Bengals O-line has really been struggling.
He really didn't do great last playoff game.
And
either.
I think especially the speed of Von Miller and then just the strength of Aaron Donald, I think that Burrow is going to get sacked a few times in this game, and he's going to have to be really smart with if he's going to throw it out or try to make desperation.
Don't try and force. Yeah, desperation plays in the Super Bowl are not a good idea.
Yeah.
Conservative play. What do you think? You think they should play pretty conservatively, or you think they should get aggressive on the third downs?
I don't know.
Downs?
I think if it's third and short, you just stick to what you would do in the regular season and run it.
Yeah.
But as you can see, also Cam Akers has lost 2 fumbles in the Super Bowl, or in the playoffs so far. So, but yeah, it's going to be really competitive. I think it comes down to quarterback play and defense, and if that. Also, just talk about the kicking. Both of these kickers have been amazing this year. McPherson is 12 for 12 in the playoffs. Matt Gay is 7 for 9.
McPherson's a rookie. Wow, look at that.
And the extra points, they're both automatic on. McPherson 3 for 3 from 50 plus. Matt Gay 0 for 1.
This game could be won by a field goal. I'm thinking it could be a field goal difference in this game.
I have a feeling, though, that Cooper Kupp is going to have yet another big game.
Oh, yeah.
He's just been phenomenal. I think Beckham's going to have to step up. If Tyler Higbee, I don't know if he's injured.
Oh, yeah.
I think he might have got injured last game. But I think they're going to need some more depth, not just Cooper Kupp, because I think what the Bengals will do, probably double-team Cooper Kupp and try.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Try to keep him.
But Stafford isn't choosy. He'll throw it to anybody.
Yeah.
He'll sling it to anybody.
And both these quarterbacks are great at throwing deep. But, yeah, that's basically going to wrap it up. We're going to do a few more things here. We're going to...
Who do you think's going to win? Prediction?
Well, we'll get to that in just a second. I want to go through some of these game facts real quick. This will be the first matchup of starting QBs in the Super Bowl where both players had a career losing record in the regular season entering that postseason.
Wow.
Stafford's 86-95-1 as Burrow 13-1. Next game fact, we have the Bengals will be playing in their third ever Super Bowl, losing both of their previous appearances in 1981 and 88. Cincinnati is one of the 5 franchises to play in multiple Super Bowls without ever winning. Cincinnati won just 6 games in the 2019 and 2020 seasons combined. That is a combined record of 6-25-1.
Yikes.
That is the fewest wins in the previous 2 seasons prior to a Super Bowl appearance in NFL history. So the turnaround has been great for the Bengals. And that brings us to the next point. Joe Burrow, obviously he won Comeback Player of the Year. I think that was well-deserved because last year he got hurt. And the coaching has been really good. I think Zach Taylor's done a nice job with this. And I think Sean McVay's done a good job with the Rams. I know he's been a little aggressive, making moves.
Throwing the challenge flag on a couple duds during the playoffs.
But he's just been a great coach all year. The Bengals are the first team to go 30 or more years without a playoff win and snap that streak with a Super Bowl appearance. And there's actually a lot here, which is good. With their 27-24 overtime win in the AFC Championship versus Kansas City, that game was amazing. The Bengals have played 4 overtime games this season, most in a single season in franchise history.
Wow.
I feel like this one could definitely go to overtime.
Squeezing it out, yeah. Could be.
I could definitely see that. The Bengals trailed by 18 points, 21 in the second quarter against the Chiefs before rallying to win. That is tied for the largest comeback in a conference championship game of all time.
That was impressive.
Joe Burrow will be making his first Super Bowl start just 2 years after winning the national championship with LSU. He will become the 4th quarterback to win a consensus college national title as the primary QB and later to start a Super Bowl, joining Cam Newton, Joe Namath, and Joe Montana.
He's headed for elite status, I think.
So, first I wanted to talk about how do you think home advantage will play in this. It's in SoFi, which is the new stadium. This is where the Rams play. I don't know if that'll play a factor. I know that Cincinnati's they're gonna have a lot of fans there because obviously this is a team that was a couple years ago really bad, one of the worst in the league, and now they've got into the Super Bowl. So
I think nice weather will help both teams, but I think the home field would be more suited for Cincinnati if it was in a cold area, a place where it's snowing, and a place where they're used to playing. But I think this could benefit the Rams just because they're used to playing. But, if I was playing football today, I wouldn't mind playing in 75.
And looking at some of the league rankings, these teams both average 27.1 points per game. They both average the exact same points. That ranks points allowed per game. See, the Rams just a bit better. Yards per game, the Rams just a bit better. Pass yards per game, Rams just a slight better. These teams are just unbelievably even. Rush yards, Bengals average more. Time of possession, Bengals. Third down efficiency, Rams 50 sacks on the year. That's third in the league.
And half of them more Donald, right?
And 19 interceptions, which ranks third in the league.
Yep.
Then the last thing we're going to talk about is obviously the score prediction. Who do you have to win this game?
I'm going to give the Bengals by field goal 31-28. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored. I think it's going to come down to the end, and I think that kid's going to kick it through. And
I actually also have the Bengals winning by a field goal, but don't get me wrong, I could definitely see the Rams winning this game, especially talking about the home advantage. And
I don't think it's going to be a blowout. What do you think?
It's not going to be.
I think it's pretty even. I just can't picture it being a blowout.
It's going to go to overtime. I got the Bengals winning 30-27 in overtime with a game-winning field goal.
There you go.
But I think the Rams will win the toss in overtime, and then I think Bengals maybe get the turnover. And
yeah, that could be.
Turnovers are big in this game.
Flip of the coin might be a big thing.
But Stafford, through 3 great games in the playoffs, he's only thrown 1 interception, which is really good. He's got 6 touchdowns and almost 1,000 yards in just 3 games. He's been phenomenal. His playoffs averaging 300 yards passing a game.
Wow. You think he's who do you think's more nervous?
He's also
Burrow
ran for 2 touchdowns.
Stafford.
Probably Burrow because he's younger.
Well,
but
Burrow had some
also
legs last week too, didn't he? He was running
Stafford.
around.
So that's gonna do it for the video. Let us know what you guys think